Morning guys, and welcome to the first episode of the Aussie Lawn that you can actually hear me talk and see what I look like. The first one was a bit of a trial just to sort of see how the whole YouTube thing works, but still a little camera shy, so please bear with me. Today I thought what we'd do is we'd have a look at this putting green here. This is in my backyard, and we've had some rain. There's another storm about to kick in. We've had probably, I don't know, we'll have a look in a minute. We've had probably an inch of rain overnight, and we've had probably about 80 mils for the month. So I am a greenkeeper by trade many years ago, and I've decided that I'm probably a bit of a cowboy greenkeeper. The rule book can I sort of chuck it out the window a little bit at times, and not so much make it up as I go along. Well, actually, no, I think I do make it up as I go along. But today I came up with a harebrained idea. I've got one of these Scott Bonner scarifiers, and what I'll do is I'll turn this camera around, and if I can do that, how do I do that? And I'll show you. I'm not sure what it is. Hang on. This is a Scott Bonner Scarifier 46, for those of you that aren't aware of them. And underneath run some, turn him over. These blades here are tungsten tipped, and there's some lightning here. Look out, I'll get electrocuted. Anyway, so what happens here is these will bite into the ground at a predetermined depth, and basically dethatch, scarify, thin out. And in my case, I'm going to drop it down today as low as it'll go. So it's probably going to penetrate into the soil profile by about, not quite, or about an inch, maybe a bit less. It might actually help to relieve just a little bit of that surface compaction as an alternative, a cheaper alternative to coring. As you can see here, soil, this green is absolutely swollen with water. We've had that much rain here. We've come out of a long drought, and we're starting to see a little bit of regular rain. I'd like to say that this could be the end of it, but although it's green, there's probably still a little while to go. So what we thought we might do this morning, I'll introduce the other little toy we've got here. For those of you who aren't aware, these Toro Greensmaster 1000s are a great machine. I bought mine just over 12 months ago now. It was second-hand, ex-golf course machine. Probably looking at about 12 grand new plus options, depending if you tick boxes like grooming reels, which, as a matter of fact, this one does have. This one will actually mow, and you can also, this one here is your grooming reel, so you can mow and groom all at once. You can disable that if you want to, so we will disable it today. So here comes the rain. But anyway, what we might do, let's just have a little wander up and have a look in the rain gauge, or not. And I'm still tossing up, but not. Actually, no, I will mow this first with that Toro. Probably not ideal, but considering we're about to tear into this whole green with that scarifier, personally, I'm not too concerned. So we'll mow it, we'll scarify it. It's going to make it one hell of a mess being so wet, but I also think that it's going to get nice and deep into the soil profile, which is kind of what I'm hoping for, and kind of sort of tickle that sort of immediate area, and just sort of see if that helps open things up a little bit as well. Yeah, so here's the rain. All right, well, let's have a little wander up the back. We'll have a look how much rain we got overnight. Righto, so technically I try to measure this about 9 o'clock every day. So what do we got? 21.5 mils overnight, and still rain. So by 9 o'clock, maybe we'll reach that inch. Who knows? All right, guys, I'll don't look at all that mess. I'll see you guys behind the mower. A little tricky trying to drive this and hold this phone, but anyway, we'll see how we go. transport wheels off, like so. And we drop him back. Now he comes down on the rear roller. Alright, rain's pretty steady. Might go and check the radar and just see how long this storm's meant to be here, because if it's only going to pass, there's no point me getting too soaked, and we'll see you shortly. Righto, so I've had a look at the little radar there, and it's interesting to see how patchy this storm's been, because airport showed 7 mils, and as we just saw at home, 21.5. Airport's probably 5 k's as the crow flies from home. It's really sort of starting to come down outside now, so I thought I'd come in, not long home from the gym actually, so I thought I'd have some breakfast, and we'll go back and see, we'll do that little project once this rain passes, because there's not much in it. Yeah. Anyway guys, I'll catch you soon. Breakfast is done, and it's pretty good too. Rain has stopped, so let's get into it. Let's get this happening. Now, ideally, you probably don't want to be mowing through things like this generally. Sort of doing a bit of a renovation, so it is what it is. Can you mow in wet grass? Look, you can. People say, "Oh, no, you can't. No, you shouldn't." But basically, you can. That's just a drain that runs from over there. It's the water hazard. It's not ideal, and there's going to be some conditions to that. If your grass is brand new and still rooting down, I wouldn't mow it wet. However, you know, this is an established putting green. It's got a good base to it, and I'm comfortable mowing it wet or dry. And today we're going to rip the guts out of it, or take it down as low as we can go with this beast here, this 46, this Scott Bonner 46 scarifier. But anyway, without further ado, let's hook in. Let's get behind this tyro here, and we'll give it a cut first. Take a bit of leaf off it. I haven't had it set too short this season. This is a couch green. This is Santarana couch, and look, you know, for all intents and purposes, it's a backyard putting green. You know, it's not a golf course green. I'm comfortable to have it at 5 mils. I mean, I've had it down to 3 in the past. We have had a pretty rough season, although now you wouldn't think so, looking at the green and the water, and everything's lush and soaked, to be honest. But just having a bit of, you know, compassion. We've got, you know, light water restrictions here. We've had a hot summer, so really it is just a matter of, you know, if it doesn't need to be 3 mils, I mean, so be it. I have this putting green for my own reasons. I like just tinkering with lawn. I don't love golf. I don't hate golf. I don't play golf every week. I play golf when I want to, and 9 holes is generally enough for me. This is just to keep my sort of finger in the pie a little bit with greenkeeping and what I used to enjoy doing many years ago. So anyway, enough of my garbage. Let's get on with it. this next step's probably really going to tear right in. I've never actually set this Scott Bonner 46 scarifier to its absolute lowest setting, so it's going to be a first for us both. Why now? It's because the ground is so soft. It's obviously going to put a lot of pressure on the machine, but it's not going to put as much pressure on the machine as if it was dry or come out of the drought conditions. So again, comfortable with that. Fingers crossed nothing goes bang or breaks. Basically, very hard machine to come by, and when they do, the prices are ridiculous. You have to sell a kidney to get one. But yeah, as you can see, a little bit of stuff on the ground here from the catcher just being so wet. Doesn't matter. We are going to scarify. We're going to make a real mess now. Then I think what we'll do is we'll have a look at that, and we'll probably grab out the rotary mower and use it to pick up the rubbish. There is another big storm coming. I did look on the radar after breakfast there is another big storm coming after this one. It's probably an hour away. So if anything, might be a bit messy for today, but in the long run it'll be fine. And you know, if you're wanting to scarify yourself at home, you know, you're not probably going to be cutting down as short as I am, so you're not going to get quite the same mess that I'm about to get, but it can be done, and I think wet conditions are a good time to do it because it's just easier on the equipment, and I think we're going to find out. I think we're going to get a better result. Righto, so first things first, there's 4 light adjusters here. At the moment, I've got them set for a conservative amount at the moment. When I normally use this machine, I'm just tickling down to the top of the soil profile, but today, as I said, we're going to go lower. But so anyway, so we just loosen these wing nuts off, and we're going to go down, all the way down. Right. Get this one to play the game. There we go. Come on, you monkey. All right. Number 2. Oh, hang on, we've got a problem here, as I said. All right, we might have to swap that wing nut around because we're not going to get him tight. Like I said, I've never been this low before. It's never been this wet before when I've done it. All right, let's turn that wing nut around. All right, we'll get the 2 at the back. Wow, this is going to be low. It's already, as you can see, sitting on the cutters, on the scarifying blades. Oh, nothing ventured, nothing gained. You don't learn from not trying new things, and I know that doing this isn't going to kill anything, so maybe the machine, but it's not going to kill the grass. Oh wow. I think this is where I say don't try this at home, kids. I am a professional, but maybe professionals shouldn't be trying it either. Righto, this thing's going to be working hard. All right, we'll check the fuel. We might put a bit in there. Right, yeah, that funnel's dirty, I know, but Briggs & Stratton's helping me out here with their filler mesh. Right, I'm going to do this one-handed. Bloody dodgy brothers filming here, I tell you. This is not going to work. I'll be right back. That's better. I never fill this machine right to the top because it's not something I use every day, and you know, I don't really want fuel going off in there, so I sort of put half a tank or so in there, and yeah, just sort of fill it up as required. Anyway, so look, wow, that's how low we are. It's not even sitting on the wheels right now, it's actually just sitting on the blades. And as you can see, I've just got myself a spiking machine. This is going to be nuts. Righto, hearing protection in. It's probably going to be a little bit hard to, well, it is going to be very hard to hold this camera and drive this thing with one hand, because it's going to pull me along basically with that much blade contact. So I might just have to set the phone up on something like I did with the mowing. But I'd like to get a bit of a shot from behind so you can see how much is going to come out. But looking at the front here, it's, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Righto, that next storm has hit, but I thought we'd just stop, have a quick look, and just sort of see how far down that we're actually going at the moment. It's slow going, so you've got to let it bite right in. I'm actually happy with how it's looking. It is messy, but let's have a look and check out the depth. So let's just see where we're looking. Yep. So we're going down 20 mil. And I said it's wet, but it's okay. I'm happy with it. So it's probably a bit of a cheater's way of relieving that upper compaction down to that inch. Let the nutrients in. It's raining, and yeah, just see how it goes. Alright, let's crack on. Well, our next big storm has hit us quicker than I thought. I'll just let it pass for a second and we'll hook in. As you can see, it really does look worse than it is. Again, if anything, this will wash that soil really off that scarifyings. This afternoon, if it clears up, be able to push that off with a level on and work that soil around, and it'll act almost like a bit of a light dusting back into the profile. It's a very sandy profile. It's an 80-20 mix that I had brought in especially to build this green, and so there's no real concern about rocks or stones interfering with the call it playing surface, I guess, or the mowers. And it's all fine sand. But we'll let this storm pass, do its thing. See up on the hills, the mountains vanish behind the rain. But yeah, anyway, we're chipping away, probably 2/3 the way through it. The green's about 200 square metres plus surrounds. It's about 300 square metres altogether. So yeah, it's a sizable area. But it should come on really nicely after this one. Next little project to start there next month. We'll might even film that. So that's the last bit of my yard to be sort of, or the last bit of the front yard to be landscaped, developed, whatever you want to call it. We'll lay some cooch out here, install some irrigation. So depending on how I go for time, I may film that. We'll just see. Now at this point, I'm sort of thinking, do I rake this? Do I leave this? I mean, this rain, there's another storm now coming in behind this one. This stage, I'm sort of thinking I'm going to leave it, let the rain wash the sand out of the grass scarifyings, and then maybe, yeah, probably this afternoon, I'll get out of the rake it all up, and then I'll get a level on out and push it around with the level on a bit. I will probably give it another mow this afternoon or a roll, weather depending, because I can always do that tomorrow, but I won't use that Toro. I've got a Scott Bonner 45 in the shed, so I'll probably use it, basically because I don't want to really pick up any sand with that good mower. Okay, I've decided I'm going to start raking up a bit now. I just want to show you guys when it's finished that even though it might look really scary after you've done a scarify, don't be put off with it. Push on, because once I've raked this off a little bit, we're going to get another storm. Once that passes, after a mow or two, you're going to start to see that what looked really scary, in reality, it is not. So I'll hook in and get some raking done in between these showers, and I'll touch back with you guys soon. The rain still falls, and we've now got a water hazard. So there won't be much raking there to worry about. Yeah, wow. There'll be all that sand should be washed out of the scarifyings. If anyone wanted some Santarana cooch sprigs, there they are. Yeah, this has been a proper downpour. Anyway, we'll wander up, we'll check this rain gauge because it's just after 9 o'clock now, so we'll have a little look. Back paddock's looking really good. This is the weed jungle, but it's green and it wasn't before. Righto, I think we've got our inch, and some, I reckon. 25.5 plus a little bit in the main canister. So let's have a look. Oh, get you out of there, come on. There we go. Oh, use them skills. Okay, how am I going to do this again? Shivers. Right, let's pour this in here. Okay. So 25 and a half, another 7 mils. Well, I'm guessing this first video is probably turned into more of a comedy show than anything. We've had a bit of assistance here. We've had the storm come through, and yeah, probably helping me out a bit. I'm going to hook in with some more raking, and yeah, I'd be very interested to see what this looks like after the rain goes, but I have them in focus here, but it's all good, like I said. That there is actually, you could plant that out, and those runners, those scarifyings would take, and you have yourself a nice lawn in not a lot of time. Obviously not as quick as turfing or but quicker than seeding. So you'd spread that out, cover a bit of sand, keep it moist. In conditions like this, yeah, it'd be ideal. Take off in no time. That's all we can sort of do for now. Given the weather. As you can see, I will wait for it to dry out a bit now, hopefully by the end of the day. If we get no more rain, then I will be able to, and it dries out obviously, I will be able to get a rotary mower on here, pick up the last of the loose stuff, and I will yeah, go on to the next stage. Anyway guys, we'll talk then. Okay, as you can see, I didn't get anything done yesterday. The rain never stopped. I checked the gauge this morning. We had 17.5 mils over, well, from 9:30 yesterday morning when I checked it to 9:30 this morning. It rained and rained and rained. The area was just too wet to do anything more with. So I've waited till it's dried out a little bit. As you can see in the background there, it's now ready to get the last of those scarifyings off. So what we'll do is, well, actually, no, first of all, I'm going to run over this with a rotary mower without the catcher. I'll explain that one in a moment. And then we'll go across with a different rotary mower to pick up the bits and pieces. But I'll introduce you to 2 more machines and we'll go from there. What we're going to use is this one here. The reason why I've got these 2 rotary mowers is the one here has the ability to cut down basically to ground level, to 0. Whereas the one with the catcher here, they only cut down to about 9 or 10 mils. This green is at, this green here is at 5 mils with the Toro. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run over with this one first, just to sort of give it a bit of a shave, and then we'll come across with this one to pick up the clippings. Yeah, it's double handling, absolutely, but can't do all the job with this one, and I can't do all the job with that one. So unfortunately, when you're improvising, you've got to work with what you've got in your shed, and this is what we're going to do. So all right guys, look, we'll get on with it, and we'll get the last of this rubbish picked up and move on. Have a little look at how we're going here. As you can see, it really does bite right down. Okay, so when we have a look at this, you can see we've really hit this green quite hard and removed a lot of the leaf, a lot of the canopy. And see now, look, you can't really see even where the scarifyings were. Now, ideally, yeah, you'd top dress this after you'd finished cleaning up all this. You'd top dress it. Given the rain we've had, I simply can't get to my supplier, or he can't get the sand from his quarry to me to top dress. So we'll just have to not worry about that now. Come springtime though, we'll probably do a video with the full top dressing, and I'll show you how that happens. I will give this a fertilize this afternoon, providing we get some rain. I'm not going to be fertilizing and we not get rain. We're predicting more storms again, but it'd be ridiculous for me to put fertilizer down now and then turn on sprinklers. It's just no point. We'll get rain again soon, and if we don't get rain for a couple of days, then I'll think about it. But at the moment, we won't be fertilizing unless a storm hits this afternoon. But anyway, let's crack on now. Let's clean all this up now. We'll pick up all this stuff with the other machine and you'll see what we're left with. Right, guys, so that's all done now. It's all picked up. What we'll do is we'll leave this now. We'll let the sun dry this out even more, because obviously it's still wet. We've had over 100 mils this month of February, which is quite a lot of rain. So far this year we've had more rain than we've had all of last year, so that's a great thing. Anyway, look, we'll leave it there for now. I'll do an update video probably in about a week or so, and we'll have a look at the difference. If I do get a chance to put some fertilizer on, I might, I'll add that to that video, and hopefully we'll see you guys next time. Look, this was my first attempt at something like this, so please, yeah, go easy on me. Otherwise, I might not do any more, unless that's what you want. All right, guys, I'm over and out. Bye.